Good morning, my beautiful angels. Better late than never. We're going to tap into your weekend love reading. I wanted to do a deep dive into this weekend love reading just to see what the energies lie according to our ancestors and the angels in the universe as to where you could be experiencing troubles in your love life or your romantic connections. And this is for Sagittarius in a whole, whether you're single, you're coupled up, you're booed up, or even married in a committed relationship or relationships at some point. Hopefully, we hope it doesn't happen, but we do have a breakdown in communication or breakdown in the romantic connection. So I'm asking the universe, as these cards have been blessed and prayed for, and we will cleanse the space, to please guide me to the messages that you see fit, that you wish to be shown and known by Sagittarius as to what they need to address or be wary of or pay attention to that could be causing havoc or some degree of separation within your search for love or for maintaining the relationship that you have now. These could be red flags, red signs for things that you're kind of like maybe already suspecting or already dealing with, but this might be just a confirmation that you need. As always, we like to thank the universe when the things that it mentions and guides us to resonates. So please make sure that you give me a share, like, and comment, and definitely comment if it resonates with you without getting too much into specifics. But at least this way I know to give thanks, as I always do, to the messages we receive. So what is the energy around this month of April, especially around this weekend, regarding Sagittarius and their love connections, whether again you are in a relationship or not? Ooh, one card wanted to pop out, and I don't get pop outs that often, so let's see what it is. Red lipstick stains. So have you found red lipstick stains on your person's shirt, on their cheek, on their collar, or you might have even found the actual red lipstick itself, the tube of lipstick, you know, left in your glove compartment or left in their car. Sometimes these things happen, you know, simply by mistake. Could have been giving someone a ride, or it could be with malicious intent. They could have been cheating, or they're cheating and their person, this side person, is trying to cause a void between you, and they will intentionally leave hints to try to make the split or disconnect between you and your person be more permanent so they can wiggle their way in. So don't think that it's necessarily all the time that your person is slipping. Yes, they're slipping by engaging in side chick or side dude activity, but sometimes you have these manipulators who are really good at breaking up homes, who are really good at getting what they want at whatever cost, that they will sabotage and set things in motion to make sure that you find out that your person is cheating. They might not know with whom, right? That you won't know who it is, but they want you to know that that person is not just yours. They belong to them as well. So it's an ugly game when it comes to cheating. It's not fair in love and war, like they say, and it truly isn't as far as the actions of the side person. So red lipstick stains, definitely a red flag if you find that on or around your person, or the actual tube of red lipstick. The next card, total drama action. Oh my gosh, I know. Put a exclamation point below in the comments. Have you ever been in a relationship, and especially with men? I don't know in same-sex relationships, but definitely if you are dating a man and they are doing something on the side, they will pick an argument like nobody's business just to find a way to get out the house. They'll use the argument as a tool to get them out the house. So this way you're not questioning why they're leaving the house. You've had an argument, they're angry, they're going to use the excuse that they're leaving to calm their head, or they just got to get away from you. Whatever the case may be, please put in the comments, have you not experienced this? Because I think that is one of their most go-to. So they create the drama within the home because it reflects their own guilty conscience of what they're doing and what you might suspect. And again, it gives them an out or an excuse so that they can take action to leave, hopefully without you questioning it. Envy. Some of you might be involved with partners that they actually envy you and they're jealous of you. They're jealous of your success. And you would say, well, Tigra, why would someone that I love be jealous of my success? Because if I'm winning and they're in my life, they're winning too. But immature or unrealistic or real hurt and damaged people don't see it that way. All they see is that you have and they don't. So you have to be careful when you see the signs of partners that envy you, envy how you live, envy how you look, the sarcasm in the things that they say and do, the things that they question about your money or your careers, you know, the little sly sarcastic remarks. You have to pay attention to that and don't just joke it off, because they're quite serious when they're saying these things towards you. With the energy of destroyed, shattered, broken, completely ruined, this person or persons sometimes that you get involved with, or you may have married, or you're looking to get involved with, they're shattered, they're broken. They have a lot of history and drama and hurt and pain. Could go back as far as their childhood or something that happened in their later years of life. But they're so broken, so shattered, so deep inside that they really don't know and don't have the ability until they get healed and get the help that they need to sustain a committed and long-lasting relationship, much less a friendship. So as you get to know people, and that's why we try to do our homework before we date people, but sometimes we really don't see their true colors until we get in a relationship, how broken and shattered they really are. Second to last card from this deck is getting played. Some of you are getting played. You might suspect it. Your intuition is telling you that, but your heart is saying no. But you are getting played. They're manipulating you by telling you lies, trying to control the narrative, telling you one thing when they're doing something else. Some of them have already checked out of the relationship or connection, but again, they're holding on to you because you're an asset. They see a need for you in a certain part of their life while they still try to manipulate and do things with other people. At the bottom of the deck, recording. Some of you might come across a recording or tape, or some of you might find yourself so suspect of your person that you might set up cameras to catch them in the act. When it gets to that stage of a relationship that you have to do that, then that's not the relationship for you. That's not a healthy relationship. Let's see what other actions in the cards that we're guided to as to what could be causing you issues. Well, some of you are in lust and not love, or your partners or the people that you're dealing with see you as arm candy. They find you sexy, attractive, great in bed, great to have company with, but that's it. This person's or persons might not have long-term commitment. Even though they desire it, it's just not in them. Again, they might have healing. They might have brokenheartedness from past relationships, issues that they have to deal with that they refuse to deal with. And until they deal with that past trauma, they really can't commit fully and love someone fully. Then there's the lack of self-love, which of course contributes to people not being able to love others. So though they might be great in bed with you, and again, they're sexually attracted to you, the passion isn't the same type of passion, though, that Sagittarius requires and needs for long-term commitment. Don't get sucked into a relationship or connection with someone just because they're great in bed. That does not make a relationship. Not compatible. Sometimes you think in the beginning of a relationship you're compatible, you laugh at each other's jokes, you have a lot of things in commonality, right? You have a lot of things in common. But then, you live together, you get married, you settle down together, and you realize that you're not a match. When you were dating, you didn't know that they were slobs, throwing their clothes all over the place. You didn't know she couldn't cook, right? You didn't know how lazy he really was or how unkept he really was. He looked good every time he went out on a date with you or she went out on a date with you. But now that you're married and settled down or in a long-term commitment or trying to pursue a long-term commitment, you see all these hidden things coming out of their closet, all these different sides of them that aren't attractive. So now you're no longer compatible. So what is the attraction? What is the desire for you or they to want to stay in the relationship? Self-neglect. You're neglecting your own needs, as Sagittarius will do time and time again. I have been guilty of it myself. We love so hard, so deeply, so unconditionally. We will put ourselves last, and we've got to stop doing that. Stop neglecting your desires, your dreams, and what you rightfully owe to yourself, Sagittarius, just to try to make someone else happy or just to sustain a relationship or to keep someone in your life. You have to practice self-care. When you let someone drag you down or bring you into pity mode or follow their negative toxicity way of life, you lose. Not only do you lose in the relationship, but you lose in your life for all the things that you're working towards or have worked towards. In the middle of the deck, we get untrue stories. We tell ourselves bad things. Sometimes you let them manipulate us and make us think that we're the bad person in the relationship when we're not. You see the stories changing, or you make stories to your family and friends so that it appears that things are looking great because you're embarrassed that you made the wrong decision. At the bottom of the deck, yes, love sucks. Love can be a beautiful thing, but a lot of time love sucks. You've stopped believing in love. The person that you're with or the person that you're talking to maybe never really believed in love. Again, they believe in overnight commitments. They believe in laying their head wherever they can. They believe in having arm candy, great sex, long distance, hookups. Their boo thing, someone that they have fun with, but they're not in it to be raising kids and paying bills together and, buying a house and getting sucked up into a mortgage and dealing with the bad times and the sick times in relationship and all the stress and responsibilities that come with a relationship as you live life. So for most of them, they never believed in love, or at least they tried to fool you thinking that they did. And now because of their actions and your reaction to their lack of actions or the terrible actions within your relationship, now you're questioning love. You're wondering, is love really real? Is there anyone that genuinely loves anyone anymore? This is where you really got to step out of that relationship and let yourself heal so you can be open again to love. Because yes, love is real. Love can be beautiful, but not necessarily do we always find ourselves in the right connections or right partnerships to achieve and acquire that type of genuine love. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can get out of that situation, give yourself time to heal, and then start over again and learn from your past lessons. Let's see what zodiac signs some of you could be involved with, that this energy could be coming from or connected to. They told me to pick 6. An air sign, an earth sign, so that could be like Taurus, right? A Gemini, definitely Geminis, right? Because you don't know which side you're getting of that person, right? Or Taurus, they're very stubborn. You get the moon energy. Some of you are dealing with people that you really don't know truly what's going on within them, or they're keeping a lot of secrets from you. You don't really know the full gist of the situation. What you see is not really everything that's going on. There's more to tell about their story and your relationship. With the sun energy, there is hope for some of these relationships, but there's going to be a lot of work needed, a lot of work, and you've got to be able and willing to do it. Let's see what clarifies. We get the tarot, the hangman. Well, once you realize that your relationships are not working, or that your person is not who you thought they were, and you're no longer content with your situation, you're going to put a pause. It's going to affect your mental state. It's going to affect how you look at the relationship and love. It's going to shake your confidence. But you've got to regain control, put a pause in your relationship, and strengthen yourself to move forward and to make the right choices and decisions. Some of you might feel like you've been taken for a fool, or that you leaped and took a chance on love, and yet again you made the wrong mistake. But sometimes we take a leap because we want to be able to experience love and to try something new. There's no guarantee when you take a leap of faith, but taking a chance is a beautiful thing. But there's no guarantee in taking that chance that it's going to work. Again, it's another lesson underneath your belt and along your journey. With the Emperor energy, it's a reminder for many of you of the guidance and the wisdom that you acquire in these type of relationships as you grow. You also have a lot of energy of your elders, especially male elders in your life, both on the spiritual and the earthly plane, who you go to and are shadowing you, trying to protect you and guide you through these relationships. They try to open up your eyes to make sure that you're grounded and that you stay in your power over the situation. With the Judgment card, of course, this could be telling you that it's a difficult period. And yes, you are going to suffer stress when you find yourself in these type of relationships or these type of disconnects within your relationships. You question your sanity, you question your judgment. And this is where you have to make the hard decisions. This is where you have to realize, am I repeating past trauma? Am I still doing and making the same mistakes that I made in the past to keep finding myself in these situations? Am I not learning the lessons? In the middle of the deck with the Star card, but there's always hope. Even in bad situations, you can find your way out. Seek hope and contentment for the future and believe in the future. Deal with the present and live in the present, but have hope in the future that things will change as you grow. Have positive feelings of motivations and be motivated to move yourself out of relationships that don't work for you or people who don't mean you well in those relationships. As we come to a close, are there any final sayings that we can tell Sagittarius? Crumbling. What you built feels like it's falling apart, but it's okay. You have the strength to build anew. And you do. You might be having that tower moment in your relationship, whether it is a long-term relationship or just someone that you've been just talking to for a few months or weeks. Better that it crumble now and you find out the truth than to continue to invest in something that is not solid. So it's okay if something ends. All you have to do is remind yourself it's an ending that will lead to a new beginning. You just have to have the strength to go out there and rebuild, learn from the lesson, and move forward. Some of you will be crushed, emotionally hurt yet again, wondering, why has this happened to me? I did everything. I loved the way that I was supposed to love. You need time to heal before you jump into another relationship. Are you leaping from one relationship into another too quickly without learning the lesson? On the dark side of things, it could be the shadow work that you're neglecting to do. It could be the dark side of that person's energy that you refuse to see, or that they've hidden from you and that you haven't seen yet fully, but it's coming out slowly and slowly, day by day. Sometimes the dark side keeps you and them from loving and being loved the way that you both deserve to be. Don't let anyone's dark energy or any type of dark energy enter your relationship and allow it to steal your joy. You feel burnt, again, used, disappointed, confused. Some of you, you've been hurt so many times before, and it's just at the point now where you just don't trust anyone, and you question if you even trust yourself. If you take the time to work and ask yourself the hard questions, go through these tests and learn the lessons once and for all, you will have the ability to let love in and to find true love. The final card of Conquest. For some people, unfortunately, you will be just another conquest, another notch in their belt or headboard. You might never be the real deal to them, even though for you, they are the real deal to you. Try to remember as you move forward and you use these lessons and these warning signs and guidance that the universe has given us in this reading, that don't go so much by what people say, but by what they do. It's easy to say those 3 words, I love you, and sometimes it's not. But people can say many, many things. But it's in the doing that they truly prove that they mean sincerely what they have said. There is power in tongue, right? There's power in the words that we speak, and we can put that to manifest forward. But there's definitely more for the eyes to see and the heart to truly hold on to and to manifest when action is shown to you and action is taken. So have a blessed weekend. And if you've been having issues in love, or you're going through something and you've experienced any of these possible contributing factors as mentioned in this reading, maybe look over this reading once or twice and see how it really does resonate with you and what steps you need to take to protect and guard your heart and your energy. What steps you need to take to heal and to truly heal so you can move forward and be realigned and make yourself available to new and genuine love. May you have a blessed weekend and always have self-love in your heart first. Namaste.